Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. We're going to ignore the fact that Konami just gave us a surprise ban list update here on Master Duel and ignoring what we have here on front. We're not gonna go over the deck tech, but we have a few guys and gals that came back to the game and well, you can finally make this guy now here on Master Duel. But there is a bug concerning King of the Swamp right now, and that basically replaces Dark Magician. Or I mean, Branded has absolutely no problems in using dragon monsters in doing this thing, and with Verta Anaconda still in this specific format, getting to Dragoon is pretty goddamn easy. But a lot of people have said that he's not too worrisome because you basically have to run essentially two bricks in the deck to make this guy. I mean, granted, if he resolves, he's going to be a very tough nut to crack. And there was a reason this guy was banned so quickly in the OCG. In the TCG, he's just fine because DPE was just infinitely better than he is in certain ways, of course. And another person that came back out of the that surprise ban list, if we can find her. She is a Synchro Shokan monster. If we can find her, she should be around here somewhere. She is an Ultra. If we can find her, World Legacy. Where the hell is that card? Oh my god! I guess we have to find her the old-fashioned way. I think it's just like this, and if she even shows up, no, she is not here. Hold on. Justiciar. There she is. There she is. The combo enabler that is Ib, the world chalice Justiciar. She enables a lot of combos due to her soul existence. So I am more worried about this card compared to Dragoon because of the amount of horror stories that surround Ib. But there are two cards in particular that well, has everyone shaking in their boots. Oh wait, no, we have to type it out like fully here. These two guys. Oh boy, they're back for some weird reason, and from what I hear, the reason why both Nightmare and why both Mermaid rather and Goblin were just completely unbanned, is because Fiendsmith is about to arrive here on Master Duel, and well, I'm gonna play possibly the weakest deck that came out of that surprise ban list. We're gonna ignore the fact that the apocalypse is coming for the second fucking time, with basically the two best nightmares out of the entire nightmare package coming back into this game. All of the horror stories that I've heard involving these two cards, they were never good. Although, I am thinking of adding Nightmare Goblin to Yubel as a way to have an extra normal summon. Simple as that. I just need to find a way to get the co-link thing to work so that I can draw a card. But sometimes discard one extra normal summon is more than enough. I guess I shouldn't aim for the draw one card, but the extra normal is something I definitely need for Yubel. Now, having targeting protection, as long as they're co-linked, of course, and the Yubel deck that I have currently has some decent arrows. I believe I have downward pointing arrows and then left and right, thanks to SP Little Knight. Definitely, you know what? I'm gonna craft one right freaking now. I'll just craft one, and then I will have to worry about the ratios much later. Although, now that I think about it, maybe later. I literally need to see Goblin in play in order to really see the power that is hidden behind this little monster, and we're gonna see a lot of him once Fiendsmith rolls around. But for now, we're going to go into what, like I said, the weakest unban out of the entire surprise ban list update is Master Beast. This guy, I mean, a lot of people have already said that he should have come back like 5 years ago, and he would have been totally fine. Simply because the quality of cards have gone up so much that Masterpiece is just a footnote now, and I have seen it happen. Within the 48 hours of him, being legal here on Master Duel, I can definitely see that Masterpiece's time has come and gone. I mean, and it's a shame because with Masterpiece coming back to the game, he even has an animation to go along with it, and it's such a waste on such a cool-looking card like Masterpiece. And granted, I only came back to Yu-Gi-Oh around the tail end of TOS format in the TCG, and I've always dreamed of having Masterpiece in the deck because, you know, powerful effect aside, it's quite it's the art that gets me with Masterpiece. It's one of the, I mean, Konami loves to over design their cards because anime, card game, and whatnot. But there's just something so awe inspiring about Masterpiece and being what he is. And I've always wanted to play with the card. And now that I have a chance, well, unfortunately, he's like an old aging war veteran coming into name a recent war that has been happening within like the last 3 years, and I guess there are like two that immediately pop to the top of your head. But we're gonna bring it as best as we can here on Master Duel, and yeah, this is basically how True Dracos looked like way back when, minus the Master Duel trifecta of Maxi, Ash Blossom, and Infinite Permanence, but basically everything else is what you would expect out of a true Draco deck way back when. And with Masterpiece being back, he is basically the one and only win con of the deck. And that's not to say that the other monsters in the deck are slouches. They are also consistency pieces and decently statted bodies that can help you close out the games. And I will tell you guys right now, this will not be a very long video because my win rate with this deck is pretty goddamn low. Even if I do try my best, there are a lot of things going against this deck nowadays. Primary factor being the stat line that Masterpiece has. A lot of boss monsters and hell, even some of the most, in fact, end board monsters these days, they have 3k attack baseline. And having a 50-point difference literally makes all the difference. And Masterpiece, I mean, he has a pop, yes, but most of those 3k bodies have negation these days and or protection even. So you guys are gonna see why you shouldn't exactly build this deck the way I did it. Once again, similar to what I did with Dragon Rulers way back when. This is the absolute floor of True Dracos, and I am not too sure how viable this is, but I'm suddenly reminded of the Horus Stun deck that used Tyrant's Tirade in the deck. And I have been thinking, if I'm going to iterate on this deck, I will definitely remove a lot of basically the continuous traps that don't exactly pull their weight. And I will actually add in the Horus Stun package. Just as a way to round out the stuff. But of course, we will still stick to not having an extra deck. Simply because, we're not really gonna need it. The Horus engine is already pretty powerful on its own, and we're basically only really going to play it just to have access to Tyrant's Tirade, because hand traps are quite literally the bane of this deck's existence. And I will try that. I mean, grant I do have the UR points for it, but I am saving all of that for the eventual arrival of Fiendsmith. And once I do have enough dust to spare, I will try out the True Draco Horus combination. I'm just going to need to see if it even works. I mean, it might just be a waste of URs for all I know. But for now, we're going to go into these games, not expecting a lot, but I just want to see Masterpiece in action on recording, of course. So, without further ado, let's hail to the king, baby. Well, I'm going first, but my opponent was the one who won the die roll, so this can only mean one thing, and one thing only: my opponent is playing fucking Tenpai. And I am none too happy about it. This is a decent opening hand, but I am, again, similar to what I just said. I am not going to be too happy that I'm going to do what I need to do here. So here's what we're gonna do. We will literally just have Masterpiece pass. We will make him immune to spells and traps, which is a decent amount of protection for Masterpiece, but against Tenpai, who have a lot of monsters that can, I mean, granted, there's the animation right there. Oh, it's so awe-inspiring. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, I need to stop gooning for a second there. So, Masterpiece being immune to spells and traps does a lot, but knowing Tenpai, they probably have far more tricks in their book than what I'm doing here. So, we're going to see how far we go against this player. I mean, they made me go second, or rather, they made me go first. So, it's very safe to assume that we are up against a Tenpai player. This guy being, again, this guy being immune to spells and traps. It's going to be something. We're going to do this here. We're not going to pop anything just yet. They probably have an Ash Blossom. They probably have a like a Cyframe Gear Gamma, even though it's already limited to one. Why would you do that? Okay, having an Ash Blossom there means we are quite literally in for the fight of our life. They can't target Masterpiece with anything that is back row related anyway, so they're quite literally going to have to work their asses off just to remove what needs to be removed here. Excuse me. And they can only really remove Masterpiece if they synchro into their level 7s. And if I remember my Tenpai correctly, most of their monster pops come in the form of their level 7s. And I have to get rid of their tuners so that they won't be able to synchro too hard. I mean, granted, if they do end up setting up the Royal and Fanta setup, we are not going to be too happy about it. So, here's what we're going to do. Okay, he's just going to go straight into combat. I don't know why you would do that. So we're going to find out what they do here. We're going to activate like infinite permanence until it's quite literally way too late. I am not quite sure why they would actually activate that there. Okay, they've only declared battle. We're going to wait for them to activate their effect. They're going to try to do their thing here. Yes, they're going to summon from the deck. I believe I will have a window of opportunity to do the thing here. I think. Okay. No, I did not. Huh. Okay. Oh wait, no, because so you can't you can only do certain actions during the damage step. Sir, that is not going to help. Because that only works in main phase 1. Ooh, we got drop. Why, sir? He is unaffected, sir. I sacrificed a spell card, so he will not be affected by whatever it is you're gonna try to do, sir. Sir, please, please. Did you read the card? No, what were you saying? I didn't even need to do anything there. I just stood there, you know, being a menacing leader of the True Dracos. And, well, okay then. Now is my time to shine. We will do that. We will banish the trap card. Usually with the True Dracos, banishing the trap cards are fine. Because what's more important for the True Dracos are their continuous spells. And once you get that going, the resource loop that happens is pretty hard to stop. And sorry that I didn't actually do a deck tech on True Dracos, because this is such an old archetype by this point. I mean, granted, it came out like, what, 2016, 2017? This is such an old archetype that I don't really want to bother explaining it, because it just revolves around this guy, and the entire deck is built around this guy and this guy alone. There are literally no plan Bs in this deck. It's just get to Masterpiece and hope to the gods that you win from there. And of course, you know, as you guys saw in the deck profile, in the like deck building screen, Masterpiece is usually hell, the True Dracos in general, they're surrounded by a lot of stun elements, and once you get that rolling, it's going to be pretty obvious as to why people hated playing against this deck way back when. But we're pretty ahead at the moment. I just need to stop them from doing anything further. Lightning Storm is fine. Destroy all spell traps, sure. I think I'm going to save Masterpiece's pop here. Simply because I think they're going to... Okay, they don't have anything. Okay. So, I mean, he can't target Masterpiece anyway, so I guess we'll be fine here. Because the back row, again, if it's exactly what I think it is, then I shouldn't actually spend my pops here, because I have about 2 pops here that I can use. for later, and we're gonna see. I mean, it seems pretty much that I'm winning here, surprisingly, against Tenpai. Because I think my opponent failed to read the fact that because I sacrificed a spell and a trap, Masterpiece is pretty much immune to quite possibly the best thing that Tenpai has going for it that allows them to get over the hump of a lot of larger monsters because the biggest thing that the biggest obstacle that Tenpai has going against it is monsters that have more than 2,600 attack, because that is the cap that their boss monsters reach at. And if your opponent has a monster that has more than 2,600, then you're going to have a lot of trouble getting damage through, and that's something that Tenpai desperately needs because it's literally their only win condition. We're going to see if my opponent still has solutions to this problem. I don't think they do, and they quote-unquote disconnected. Oh dear. So that's a victory that I did not expect this early in the recording, but a win is a win against this old-ass deck. I can't believe I actually won that against Tenpai. It was just that simple, because I think, again, my opponent failed to realize that Masterpiece's protection is like blanket no. It's a blanket no once you sacrifice a spell and a trap and or a monster, of course. Any combination of those. But yeah, let's move on to the next duel. Well, my opponent made me go first, and I can already smell the dragons from here. Okay, we didn't open with Masterpiece, but we did open with a guy who is equally as powerful. We opened with Dynamite Knight, and we're going to see how far we go here. So we're going to tribute away this card right here, and we'll put him in the center because we can. This guy, I believe, destroys a monster. Yes. So we'll save that there, and we'll just set Monarch's Erupt here because why not? So what Dynamite Knight does, and he was limited for the longest time, and once Masterpiece was banned, he basically became the de facto leader of the True Dracos, and he pulled his weight somewhat, but unfortunately, once their time has come and gone, and decks just became more and more powerful, True Dracos just simply didn't pull their weight anymore, and we're seeing it right now. If you don't, I didn't open with Masterpiece, so definitely Maxi is a dead card in this specific matchup. But as long as they don't actually remove Dynamite Knight here, I will be pretty fine. I did tribute summon it, so that Monarch's Erupt is still pretty live, all things considered. But of course, if they have like background removal in hand, I will be fine here. Although granted, a lot of level 4 or lower monsters these days have decent stats, and they can very easily walk over somebody with like 1,250. So we're going to see how far my opponent goes here, and just gonna see what super chats are gonna come up. I think it's pretty much the same, like across all iterations of this interactable here. Let's see what Laundry does. Okay, he just doesn't want TP touch right now. Let's see what the that obelisk. I believe this is an obelisk or a slab of rock and whatnot. I suddenly miss when you have the live twin field on your side, you have a pet shark here, like on this specific side, and opponent, your effects are your effects are going to activate now, but it's well, yeah, that effect's not gonna activate, but you will at least get rid of the Dynamite Knight, and I have one turn to set something up, and we're going to see how far we go here. We have one card in hand. We're dead, so I'll just see you guys in the next duel. So my opponent made me go second, so this is going to be interesting, but they are holding an extra thick deck. We're just going to max C like right off the get-go here, and we're gonna draw out whatever negation that they could potentially or potentially not have. It's a 60 card deck, and wow, they drew lucky this time. So we're going to see what type of bullshit my opponent could potentially be on. We're going to find out soon enough here. They're rocking the Madolche field, so they could be up to all manner of things. So who's to say? Wait, how many cards do they have in their extra deck? Okay, normal 15. Dark Room of Nightmare is spicy. Unless this is. Oh my God, we are. Holy shit! This is 60 card Trick Stars. I have not seen you in years, girls. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. So they plan on burning me to death, but with 60 cards, really? Okay. Could have done that in 40, but okay, sure. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Did they get new support? I believe they got new support somewhere. I just don't remember exactly where though. But we're gonna find out. I mean, this will be interesting. I do not know how long this combo chain is gonna work, and I need to go to the bathroom. So I have a choice now with in post production, you know, or rather in the editing process. Should I just leave the footage in, let you guys see? I mean, that was a waifu shot right there. I'm definitely gonna leave that one in. I don't know how far I should just let it go. You know what? I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and then I'll just come back once this combo is. I think it's just about done. If they're just gonna end on this, okay then. I don't know if I can even skip my turn at this point. Okay. I think the feeling to go to the bathroom has already passed. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good ass card actually. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this one down. Yes, we'll take our take an opponent damage from tradition. Okay, okay. I don't know how far we're gonna go here, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're going to do this. Yes, we will normal summon, or rather tribute summon. Sorry for the language there. So we do that, and we will draw our one card off of Heritage. Okay, yep, Dynamite Knight. Yes, we will tribute summon it. We will use this. There we go. We'll use it. We'll put him here, and then we activate this. I am not quite sure if this can be destroyed, but we will find out soon enough. I don't think. Okay, sure. Okay, we're gonna try. We're gonna see if it even does. Okay, she lets that happen. That is surprising. So we will draw our one card. I don't quite remember if Heritage was actually touched on the ban list at one point, but here we are. So we will swing in for our 25 if my opponent lets us here. Okay then, they just allow it. Okay, that is surprising coming from my opponent, and we'll just set our one card. You know, no, with respect to the imperm column for my opponent, unless of course that is also infinite impermanence, because and then in that case they will imperm my imperm. That would actually be funny if it actually happened. It hasn't happened to me yet, but we're going to find out. But if my opponent suddenly starts going on this like long combo chain that I quite literally have no way to answer, I mean, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom at that point. Okay, they do that. We're going to get the other trap card, which we will activate here. Once we activate that, we're going to, I believe this one reduces the attack. Yeah, goes half their current attack. So we're going to put it here, you know, as a warning to my opponent, reducing everyone's attack by like half. That's going to hurt a lot. And a lot of monsters that Trickstars have are pretty small. So if we manage to cut that one down, then we're not going to have too much of a problem. I think that's fine. They're just going to banish like the two monsters, the two soul monsters they have in their graveyard to hopefully push for a bit of damage. But we're gonna see who they summon out. I don't quite remember if the Trickstars have a fusion, because I remember them mostly as a link spam archetype. So this will be interesting. Okay. Drumatis, what do? You can only use if this fusion summon that Trickstar from deck to hand with different names from the cards you control and in your graveyard. If effect damage is inflicted, you can make it on face opponent's target. A face up monster will make its attack 0. Okay, that is about as good as a negate as any, simply because they only have one card in hand. And we will also shut down whatever card is like face down in this column. So your move, opponent. I don't know how much further you can go from here, but I would assume that oh, just before end of main phase. Okay, cool. Are you gonna commit Sudoku? Huh. Does this if it inflicts damage? This doesn't exactly do anything. At its exact situation. If effect damage, no, I don't think. Oh wait, no, they have Korobane in hand, don't they? Okay, I think I can see why they're just bravely attacking into this. Yes, they do indeed have. I read you like a book, opponent. Gains attack equals original attack. Well, how about this then? I could do that, but if I don't draw into a through Draco, I'm definitely going to fail here. But I think it's going to be a risk worth taking. Oh, I forgot I can do that. So we do that. I forgot that this just gets rid of any True Draco card, not just the ones that we do here. Okay, cool. We do that. And then, when this card leaves the field, destroy the... Oh, well, what do you know? Oh my god. Oh, by the way, opponent, the attack buff is permanent. Rather, the attack debuff is permanent. I forgot that this sends any True Draco card. Okay then, okay then. This card is way better than these cards are way better than I thought. Oh my god. Equal set from the field. I think we should set this here, and then we just activate this. I don't know if we can draw cards because no True Draco cards were sent to the graveyard this turn anyway. So I think I'm just going to be content sitting on Dynamite Knight for the time being. And then we have a Ash Blossom in hand that can potentially stop any searching that my opponent could do here, because they seem to be ailing for cards in hand at this point. So we're going to see. Yeah, before damage calc, yeah, sure. Take 1,500. I'm assuming that this card in the back is meant for something else. So we're going to see. By the way, throughout this entire duel, Dark Room of Nightmare has not triggered at all. See, this is why you should only run a tight 40 card Trickstar deck, because if you make your deck too thick, that would give you a lot of fat that you don't necessarily need. So that is something. Okay, yep, Link summoning away. What do you get? Colchica, sure. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Colchica, or something along those lines. That is fine. This only gets a trap card, unfortunately, but we already have all of the traps that we need. Special summon defense position also, you cannot special summon. I think that'll be fine. We're going to see how far my opponent goes here. I'm assuming they're going to go into another Link 2 soon enough, but we're going to see here. Let's see what my opponent does, if any. So they have a Link 2 that they can go into, but I have no idea how they're going to get out of the situation with with the stuff that they have on field. Because 2,500 is a pretty sizable body, and I mean, Trickstars have access to the Holly Angel. Forgot that she has an animation. Then who was the other one? Noble Angel. Oh, it's the upgrade farm. I'm assuming that Noble Angel is the newer card here. Then I remember Holly Angel being like the signature card of the main character. I believe it was in Vrains, because Lake monsters were introduced in the Vrains anime. So there is that. And Golden Match is actually... hold on. Are they all like light fairies? Okay, Golden Match is a dead card for this specific matchup. Simply because it's not going to help us here. So we're going to activate this. We're going to send... Oh, it only sends the face-up cards. Alright, fine. We won't be able to draw cards anyway then. So we're just going to send this because, you know, we can, and it's a power move and whatnot. So we send that, and then we do this, and we will destroy. I mean, I think it's just as well, because we end up destroying a card that's in the back row. Okay, it was a back row that, it was a piece of back row that is actually dead. If your opponent special summons a monsters, so yeah, they had a pretty dead card in their deck this whole time. And okay, so 3 duels so far, and I won 2 out of the 3. Does that mean that True Dracos are back? Abso-fucking-lutely not. True Dracos are basically the precursor to Fluanderies. Whatever it is that Fluanderies does, it's infinitely better than whatever it is that True Draco is doing. If you're going to go for a deck that is normal summon reliant, in that it uses it in the specific way that True Draco does, just use Flawanderies instead. It is simply the more powerful deck. It is simply the better deck at this point, and you're going to want to do that instead rather than, just go with an old and ailing archetype like True Dracos. Although I will try to cook up in the background. I will ask around the OCG players if True Draco Horus is even a thing. But I may just be coping out of my mind here. But I want to try. I want to try something new. And we're gonna see if it even works. I mean, because that's the beauty of card games. You get to test stuff, and then you're gonna see if it works. Do I allow this to happen? It's like 200 damage, and then we'll take 300 from the Dark Room of Nightmare. That is fine. Do you have anything else for me here, opponent? Sure. Banish, or banishment said it, but can't even activate this turn. That is fine by me. We're going to do this. We're going to send the True King's Return. I should have activated this last turn, but I think this will be just fine. Because we destroyed a piece of back row that they couldn't have otherwise activated, now that I think about it, if I didn't destroy it. But here we are. So we do this, we do that, and this is exact lethal. And okay, Trickstar Festival, giving targeting, or rather, I think it's destruction protection. Yeah, destruction protection. Monarch's Erupt is going to be the nail in the coffin for this exact moment in time. But my opponent can still survive like one turn maybe. We're gonna see. So we do this. We're going to attack. Let's see if my opponent does anything, which I'm assuming they don't. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're going to cut it here because I don't want to make this video too long, because again, I may have won. I only played 3 duels for this recording, and I won 2 of them. But again, it is not indicative of how True Draco actually performs on the ladder. Because if you face off against something like Tenpai, or I mean, granted, the first Tenpai player probably bricked pretty hard, but there are a lot of other matchups that it's just horrible to face off against if you're playing through Dracos. Snake Eyes, for instance, and the upcoming Fiendsmith. Basically, decks that have plan Bs or ways to out the stuff that you're doing. It's just extremely plentiful these days, and True Dracos simply do not have the tools necessary to make it work, and it's just not worth it anymore, even for Masterpiece. Why am I going to destroy that? I can't send the trap? Really? Oh, wait, no, because they're not True Draco cards. Well, I may have just screwed myself over here. But, I mean... Okay. Oh, wait, no, I don't? No, I won't be able to. Had I not destroyed True King's Return, I probably would have still made it back. Okay, then. So I may just lose here. But, that was a punt. But you guys get the idea. Just don't take 2 Dracos on the ladder. They're simply way past their time at this point. Just play something a lot more recent. And, of course, a deck with a plan B. But otherwise, it's fun while it lasts. Don't get me wrong. It's fun while it lasts. And I managed to get the animation of Masterpiece once on recording. So that is already a victory for me. And I can happily say that I played Masterpiece in a competitive capacity somehow. But we're going to cut it here, and I'm going to die a very, very shameful death because I punted my way into a loss here. So if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, I will now commit Sudoku with Ash Blossom. Toodles!